The boxing's four-belt era began in 2004 when four major world title sanctioning bodies came together to establish their world title belts. These sanctioning bodies are the International Boxing Federation (IBF), the World Boxing Association (WBA), the World Boxing Council (WBC), and the World Boxing Organization (WBO). With four major world title belts in circulation, it has become increasingly difficult to win a championship in boxing, even more so win and hold them all simultaneously. Yet some very special fighters have been able to accomplish that amazing feat. And here are the list of undisputed fighters in four-belt era. Number 1. Alexander Usyk. The hard-hitting Ukrainian southpaw lifted all four heavyweight belts. Alexander Usyk became the fourth male boxer in history to simultaneously hold the WBA, WBC, IBF and WBO titles. He was the first Ukrainian undisputed champion, and particularly notable for the speed of his accomplishments, winning his first world title in his 10th fight, and becoming the undisputed champion of his weight class by his 15th fight. Usyk vacated his cruiserweight titles in 2019 to move up to heavyweight. By that point, in 16 fights he had defeated 5 current or former world champions. In September 2021, Usyk defeated unified heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua to win the WBA, IBF, WBO, and IBO titles. He defended the titles in a rematch against Joshua in August 2022, whilst winning the vacant ring title. Number 2. Canelo Alvarez. Mexican boxing superstar Canelo Alvarez is one of the greatest fighters of his generation. He is a multiple division world champion, but arguably his greatest work has taken place in the super middleweight division, where he reigns as undisputed king. Canelo Alvarez is the first and only boxer in history to become undisputed champion at super middleweight, having held the World Boxing Association (WBA) Super Version, World Boxing Council (WBC), and Ring Magazine titles since 2020, and the International Boxing Federation (IBF) and World Boxing Organization (WBO) titles since 2021. Canelo Alvarez is known as an excellent counterpuncher, being able to exploit openings in his opponent's guards while avoiding punches with head and body movement. He is also known as a formidable body puncher. As of September 2023, Alvarez is ranked as the second best active boxer, pound for pound, by BoxRec. One of the highest paid athletes in the world, he made Forbes' list of the world's highest paid athletes in 2019, 2022, and 2023. Number 3. Bernard Hopkins. American boxing legend Bernard, the Executioner, Hopkins, also known as the Alien, is one of the greatest fighters in the history of boxing. His body of work certainly precedes him, and in 2004, he became the first ever undisputed world champion in boxing's four-belt era. Hopkins first won the IBF middleweight world title with a TKO win over Segundo Mercado in 1995. He defended that belt successfully for many years. In 2001, the Executioner added the WBC middleweight world title to his collection with a victory against Keith Holmes. In his next fight, Hopkins took the WBA belt from Felix Trinidad in another knockout performance. Then, in perhaps his signature victory, Hopkins knocked out Mexican-American legend Oscar de la Hoya in the 9th round to claim the WBO middleweight world title. Number 4. Jermell Charlo. An American fighting sensation, Jermell Charlo is one half of boxing's incredible Charlo twins and is currently the undisputed super welterweight world champion. Jermell Charlo first battled to become undisputed champion in 2021. In an attempt to add Brian Castaño's WBO junior middleweight title to his own WBA, WBC and IBF belts, Charlo was forced to accept a split draw. In the 2022 rematch, Charlo scored a 10th round stoppage to become undisputed. Charlo became the first man to hold every 154 pounds title in the four-belt era when he stopped his Argentine opponent with 2 knockdowns in the 10th. Charlo executed a tactical, counterpunching game plan impressively under a nearly full moon at Dignity Health Sports Park. Castaño's aggression and Charlo's sharp responses led to big exchanges in almost every round, highlighted by a sensational 5th round of relentless action. But Castaño's early pace slowed in the middle rounds, and Charlo ended it in dramatic fashion at 10th round. Number 5. Josh Taylor is a former undisputed super lightweight champion. having held the International Boxing Federation (IBF) and World Boxing Association (WBA) super version titles between 2019 and 2022, the World Boxing Council (WBC) title between 2021 and 2022, the World Boxing Organization (WBO) title between 2021 and 2023, and the Ring Magazine title between 2019 and 2023. From May 2021 to May 2022, Taylor reigned as the undisputed light welterweight champion, unifying all four major titles in the division and being only the sixth male boxer to do so. With his win over Jose Ramirez in 2021, Taylor became the second Scotsman to be an undisputed champion and the first Briton to do so in the four-belt era. Number 6. Jermaine Taylor. After Bernard Hopkins' reign over the middleweight division, there was Jermaine Taylor, and, bad intentions, was knocking guys out on a consistent basis heading into his matchup with the Executioner. That made his fight against Hopkins highly anticipated, and Taylor delivered. In fact, Taylor took all four middleweight belts from Hopkins in 2005, a mere year after the Executioner became the undisputed king. It was a close fight, but Taylor pulled out a razor-thin split decision victory to capture the WBA, WBO, WBC, and IBF middleweight world titles. He fought Hopkins in a rematch months later, and won again, taking a clear-cut unanimous decision to solidify his reign atop the division. Number 7. Devin Haney. He defeated Kambosos via unanimous decision to become the first undisputed lightweight champion, and the first in the four-belt era. Unbeaten American Devin Haney fought a smart fight to comfortably beat Australia's George Kambosos on points, becoming the first undisputed lightweight world champion in modern boxing history. Highly rated WBC title holder Haney, a clear favorite, successfully defended his belt for a fifth time and in the process took the WBA, IBF and WBO straps off Kambosos with a unanimous verdict in Melbourne. Victory made him the first undisputed lightweight champion since Pernell Whitaker in 1992 and the first in the four-belt era, which began in 2007. Number 8. Naoya Inoue. He is a four-division world champion, and only the second male boxer to become the undisputed champion in two different weight classes in the four-belt era. He is the current, first, and only undisputed super bantamweight world champion, holding the WBC and WBO super bantamweight titles since July 2023, and the Super WBA, IBF, and Ring Super Bantamweight titles since December 2023. He is also the former undisputed bantamweight world champion, having held the Super WBA, IBF, and Ring Magazine titles between 2019 and January 2023, and the WBC and WBO titles between 2022 and January 2023. As of August 2023, Naoya Inoue is ranked as the world's second best active boxer, pound for pound, by the Ring, Boxing Writers Association of America, Transnational Boxing Rankings Board, ESPN, and fourth by BoxRec. Naoya Inoue is also ranked as the world's best active super bantamweight by the Ring, TBRB, ESPN, and BoxRec. Inoue is the only Japanese fighter in history to be ranked number 1 pound for pound by the Ring, and was named Fighter of the Year in 2023 by the ESPN and the Ring. Terence Crawford. Pound for pound great Terence, Bud, Crawford doesn't nearly get the respect he deserves, given his body of work. But there's no denying his status as one of the most accomplished fighters of today. He has held multiple world championships in 3 weight classes, from lightweight to welterweight, including the undisputed championship at light welterweight and welterweight. Crawford had a short reign as the undisputed light welterweight champion, being the first since Kostya Tszyu in 2004, and the first in any weight class to simultaneously hold all 4 major world titles since Jermaine Taylor in 2005. In July 2023, he became the first male 2-division undisputed champion of the 4-belt era after defeating Errol Spence Jr. As of August 2023, Crawford is ranked as the world's best active boxer, pound for pound, by the Ring, Boxing Writers Association of America, Transnational Boxing Rankings Board, ESPN, and BoxRec. Crawford was named Fighter of the Year by the Boxing Writers Association of America in 2014, and by ESPN in 2014 and 2017. If you like this video, kindly hit the subscribe button and subscribe for more to watch the latest videos.